guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account. Just going to be checking a couple things out, hopefully make a couple more stage progression in here. But overall, guys, in the course of less than a week, we've actually farmed up 64 Stargazer cards. Now we got some of these out of the hunting field. We got some of these out of the treasure scramble. We got some of these going through and doing the temporal rift. With the temporal rift, guys, remember, you still have, I believe, 2 days left before you have to finalize for the boss, which means you can build up a lot more of the beacons. We also did pick up 20 time emblems. So I get, of course, 7 a week out of the shop that we can buy them. We get 7 a week out of our deluxe monthly card, and then we are going to get some pretty soon out of the shop, which again, I love. We've only been able to buy it one time, guys, but as you can see, within the next 4 days, we are going to get 10 more out of here, which means we can continue to increase and develop that awakened version of Belinda. Now, like I was saying, within the temporal rift, guys, make sure you're pushing the rift to get some of your rewards. With the rewards, of course, you're going to be able to level up the beacon much higher. The Grand Hunt, I've been focusing on building out this beacon because we still do have 2 days, guys. I did a Grand Hunt guide a little bit ago, but looking here at our leaderboard and kind of where we're at for the rewards, I want to try to land in here, probably the top 1,000. But overall, guys, 15 Stargazer cards. Big thing that I'm building right now is, of course, trying to get some bait, even out of the Noble Society. I went with baits this time because I have 2 pets to level up. I have the Fire Breather and I do have the Flutter Plume Owl. If I get them both to 9, everybody will go to 9. That is right, guys. All of these pets will go to 9 and the Wing Lion will also be at 12, meaning that we're going to be able to develop them much, much further as we continue in here. Now, the awakened version of Belinda, we have been, again, building out quite a bit. Got that plus 30 signature item. Already have 2 pieces of furniture for her. So we're going to continue with the build, guys. She is seeing a lot of utility in the Lightbearer Tower. We're seeing her in PvP. We're seeing her in the Treasure Scramble. We're also seeing her within the Grand Hunt. Again, seeing a lot of utility with her. And the same rings true with the awakened version of Baden. We have seen a lot of utility with him. I'm starting to see him in campaign formation. So as these heroes get built, get developed, we get more of them. Essentially, you're going to start seeing them even again going through some of these formations. We're seeing the awakened version of Brutus run in formations. We're seeing a lot of different combinations. Even here, we have Brutus and Solas within here. We're seeing Baden in here. Solas, again, seeing a lot of utility within the campaign formations. Again, because they've been out long enough, it's gotten to the point where we're seeing them in formations. Now, again, a lot of players were asking, what formations are we using kind of end game, things of that nature. It's changing quite a bit just because of the impact that we're seeing with the awakened heroes. So it is going to continue to do the same, guys. The formations in here are going to continue to change. Even when it comes to the regular boss stages in here, we're seeing Baden on some, we're seeing Solas in a lot. We're also seeing Thane in quite a bit. One that we're not seeing that much is the awakened version of Taylene. So I know a lot of players did build that awakened version of Taylene, but it almost seems like we're at a point where we're seeing minimal builds with her anymore, which is kind of sad. But remember, guys, power creep. She's been out already a year. Even there, 34 billion, even though the crowd control, that shielding aspect of the awakened version of Baden, but almost 35 billion damage there from the awakened version of Solas. We already hit level 701. We are almost to 702. So as you can see, 200 plus level deficiency. Mickey, Sono Res, still kind of following through. And even, guys, Mickey significantly higher than Sono Res when it comes to the power in here. But as you can see, Scarlet working in here, Oden working in here. A lot of very, very strong heroes, as well as that awakened version of Solas, which again, it seems like at this point, looking at the entirety of the awakened heroes that we have, Solas seems to be the one to build. I feel like her utility has kind of eclipsed Brutus at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and say it, guys. Solas is going to be the one to build as of right now. Similar to what we've seen earlier with some of the awakened hero guides. Solas's utility is being utilized through an incredible amount of game modes, which again is really cool to see that we are seeing that utility in here. Lucretia still seeing utility, guys. Now this combination works perfectly because of course Granite will die, meaning Granite is going to actually petrify everybody. Mishka crowd control, we have buffs from Mortis, we have buffs from Halos. This is a really, really strong combination in here to take this team down. It does always require a little bit of RNG to get these targets down, guys, but Lucretia puts out so much damage so fast. Look at that. It is incredible. And right here, it's just going to take a little bit of time. We should be able to get him down, which we do, guys. All 5 kills right there from Lucretia, doing 65 billion damage. Now, if you're using her outside of the campaign formations, it's a little bit different when it comes to the overall utility, when it comes to the overall kind of viability with the hero. And of course, the big reason for that, guys, is depending on the game mode. Even here, guys, Sanya's at 650. That is a really, really strong. Here's 69. I go to the formations where we're kind of around the same. So 720, so they got about 19 levels on us. We're seeing Brutus in there. We're seeing Belinda in there, which might be a little bit tough. So what I've actually been doing with this Belinda formation, even here we have Baden and we have Taylene. But in the instances where I've actually been using Belinda, I've actually swapped in Scarlet. You can see even there we have the Moth within that formation. Lucretia in there, and then Ain's still being very prevalent. I think we can use this. Big thing, the other big thing in here, guys, is the levels. The levels in the campaign as you start getting to higher level deficiency. In addition, if you looked at the pet builds, the pet builds in here were much, much higher. I believe I've seen some level 18 pets, which means between levels, between pets, we might not be able to get this down, or it is going to take an absolute extended amount of time to get this down because of those pet builds, guys. And I love Talisman. Talisman, such a unique built pet, but works incredibly, incredibly well. And of course, guys, fighting a 5 team of Maulers with Kren, they get to the point where a lot of the utility, and Raku went down early in that one, which means this is going to be a repeat. But again, a lot of utility with them is based on the builds. They have plus 30 signature items. Even further, as you progress in the campaign, you start getting a lot more of the heroes that have furniture, things of that nature, which there was an early crowd control. Mizoth, of course, being crowd controlled as well. Boom, there's the mesmerize or the charm ability. It's going to be hard to get this one down, guys. And of course, Mizoth in here right in the back. Talisman will actually crowd control Mizoth. So this is a pretty good build in that aspect. Just got to be able to take down some of these targets, guys. We need Screg to go one specific way. And again, this has the same, if not higher RNG than what we see with our Thorin Cheese comp. This is really a tough one, but 46-28. Now remember, guys, halfway through these chapters, we do get the engraving mats. That is the reason why I've been pushing. We get the engraving mats. When we finish out the chapter is also yielding us Stargazer cards. So both of those guys really, really big within these formations. Again, I don't know if this one is going to work just because of the sheer power that we're seeing behind it. Even here, we have Thorin. Either using some of the lower pets, level 9 right there, level 7 right there. Let's go ahead and use this. And we had Damon in that final formation, guys. Thorin Cheese, of course, going to make a big, big difference in here. RNG aspect. So Thorin didn't get teleported, which usually means that he's going to die. Pippa's in here to teleport Thorin. He will actually drop Thorin on a set of heroes. There we go. There's the teleport. Boom. There's the drop. Which means just got to take a lot of damage. 1, 2, and that's it, guys. If we don't get them down within that second retaliation ability, we're not going to have the opportunity to. But again, looking at our 218 level deficiency, shouldn't have any problem damage-wise to get these formations down. Just because, again, we have a pretty decent level deficiency in here. It's just going to take that RNG. And also remember, guys, Screg provides crowd control. Mizoth can provide crowd control. That's the other RNG factor, kind of with Pippa. And you can see right here, guys, with Thorin staying where he was, chances are a little bit lower that we're going to be able to get this down because fundamentally it is not working with our teleportability. And this might be one that we're going to have to try in a little bit. So there's one retaliation. Boom, need to take a lot of damage. See, if we don't get that second retaliation down, guys, really relies on the accuracy that he possesses, but also relying on the damage he's taking and the ability to kind of clump everybody up. They're together. Rain just did her damage amplification. There we go. Retaliation number 2. See, not enough damage to get it down. That's where level deficiency is coming, guys, is if Thorn's not taking enough damage, he's not going to be able to go ahead and get this one done. But guys, I'm gonna let this go ahead. I'm probably gonna try this a little bit later. There's one. It's really, really tough. But we're on 46-28, guys. Again, 2 more stages, and we'll have the ability to get some more engraving mats. Still have a ton of heroes to engrave. The literal list of heroes never ends for the engraving process, but we are definitely gonna get there, guys. So we're gonna have to look at the boss stage a little bit later. But let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.